What's goody, y'all? Boy, this is man Walker. We back again with a brand new video. And today, right, look, today we got why do protagonists always get basic powers? Cause I ain't gonna lie, them niggas be getting some basic shit. We got Luffy with, you know, spoiler alert, he got the little, I'm saying the sun god stuff. But before this nigga was Gamu Gamu nah. I damn near could do it. My arm damn near rubber. I'm damn near rubber my damn self. You know what I'm saying? Gamu Gamu nah. That's basic as hell. He just stretching. Everybody else got swords, black leg, all types. You know what I'm saying? Even Naruto. But no, Naruto had an advancement. That's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the video. Yeah. All right. For sure.
Has this ever happened to you? You watch an anime and suddenly some random side character pulled out the most mind-blowing, insanely creative ability you've ever seen. You're sitting there like, what just happened? But then you look at the main character, the most important person in the entire story, and you realize that their power is basically punching hard. What? So I did some digging and I discovered that this isn't rare at all. It's a trope that's been around for a very long
I
time.
ain't
And the
seen that.
oldest
Hold on.
classics
Whoa, crazy spoiler, cause I didn't see that fight yet. I'm caught up, but I didn't see the fight. I read the mangas. I be just skimming through them. You know what I'm saying? Reading a little catch up stories on YouTube and TikTok. But I need to go watch
whatever
that. That
new
nigga
series
Garp
came out last
Garp
week.
damn near-
So here's what we're going to
Garp probably my favorite character. My fault. I know I keep pausing. My bad. My bad.
very long time. And the oldest classics to whatever new series came out last week. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you protagonists with some of the most basic abilities ever, and we're finally going to find out why side characters get all these cool powers while main characters always get boring powers. To understand why this kept happening, I knew there was no better place to start than with the classics, because those were some of the most famous protagonists of all time, and almost everyone loves at least one of them. Okay, so to understand exactly what I'm talking about, I need to show you this one character from Bleach. This series has this, completely random enemy who's like there for a couple of chapters or something, and he genuinely has one of the trippiest abilities in all of anime. This guy creates these dolls that he opens, and they reveal these tiny jelly beans that represent the organs of his enemies that he can just break. Oh, and that breaks the real organs, okay? Like, super creative, super weird. And now you got Ichigo, the main character.
Hold on. I did not know that nigga. Hold on. What's his name? His name's like Argon, something like this. Or it's R-U. I can't pronounce it. I watch Bleach a lot. I will say that I am a Bleach fanatic. A spotted number one. You know what I'm saying? Stark with the you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, Stark got that flame, right? But I didn't know that. I didn't know his ability was that. That's low key kind of hard. Wait, hold on. How did he lose? I gotta watch how he lost because that didn't make sense.
Basically has one ability. An energy slash. Okay. But later in the series, he gets Bankai, one of the coolest transformations in all of anime. It looks absolutely beautiful. Those who unlock it get extremely unique and complex abilities. Ichigo transforms, and his slash changes color. What the actual heck, Ichigo? Okay, so what about Naruto? So, at some point, Naruto fights this guy called Neji, who has this whole elaborate fighting style, okay? Number one, he uses these special eyes that can see energy running through people's bodies. Number two, he uses his fingers to hit these points of energy. And number three, if he needs to protect himself, he has this defensive technique called rotation, where he spins to create this defensive sphere, which just looks amazing. And that's genuinely just scratching the surface. Do you know how many abilities Naruto has in this entire series? First, he has shadow clones, which sounds cool, but it's literally him creating copies of himself. And second, he has Rasengan, which again, sounds really cool, but it's basically a ball of energy that spins really fast and then breaks stuff. And the funniest part is that throughout the series, they just give him like 10 variations of this one move. Oh, and by the way, do you want to know how he beats Neji? By creating a distraction and then punching him. Fist, face, and that's it. Okay, but what about Hunter x Hunter? I mean, this series is widely considered as the series with the best power.
Yeah. Cool. My fault. My bad, bro. My fault. I'm over here nerding out, bro. That's not even the real Waka. My bad, y'all. My bad. Go back some.
What about Hunter x Hunter? I mean, this series is widely considered as the series with the best power system ever. Okay, so actually, I just remembered this one meme about this one character in Hunter x Hunter, and I'm just gonna show it to you, okay? The explanation for the ability is, I've got a 10-second preview of the world, an ephemeral 10 seconds. If I keep my eyes closed, I continue to see a vision 10 seconds into the future, while I simultaneously relive the events I saw in the vision 10 seconds ago. Like a parallel universe, followed by a graph that genuinely belongs in a science book. Listen, Hunter x Hunter is known as the series with the most complicated power system out there, so that's totally fine. I love it. I get it. But now, if you look at the main character Gon, his signature ability is called Jajanken, and it is literally based on rock, paper, scissors. Because rock is him channeling all his aura into his fist to punch something. Paper is him shooting a ball of energy to punch something from far away. And scissors is a blade of aura to cut things. Like scissors. Yeah, only explanation that came to my mind was this. Okay, so remember when you were a kid, like, pretending to use these techniques? These simple powers translated perfectly into the real world.
Hold on, because my real question for everybody, my bad, I know. But what type of nigga was you growing up? You know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody, at least black kid, mostly all of us who watch anime, every Asian, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. Y'all watch Dragon Ball Z, right? So what were y'all niggas hitting? Was y'all, I know y'all, don't tell me y'all was in that bitch hitting that Kamehame. I hope y'all wasn't hitting that. Nigga, listen. Real niggas know we only hit the final blast. Or we hit that, you know what I'm saying? You know what this is? Galactic gun. You know what I'm saying? We only hit it nose. You not hitting nothing else, nigga. You hitting the Kame. Boy, get your weak ass on. You trying to be Goku? We only Vegeta around here. Boy, Vegeta was the hardest nigga out. I don't care. You had Goku hard too. That nigga was, damn. Vegeta don't win shit, but hey, fuck it. Team Frieza, stand up.
World, because they were so to use these techniques. These simple powers translated perfectly into the real world because they were so easy to copy. Like, don't tell me that throwing a random Kamehameha or a Rasengan isn't like the most hype thing ever. And that's why these simple abilities are instantly recognizable. When a power is dead simple, it sticks to your brain in a way that complex abilities just don't. Except if you were that one kid pretending to be Neji, in which case, I wish I had your confidence. Okay, so now I had the first piece of the puzzle, but these series started like 30 years ago, so that didn't explain why this was still a trope.
Come on, y'all. It's okay, listen, look, little ad break, it's okay. Really think about what's going on. Elaborate, be Lou. I don't know. Breathe in. Breathe out. Oop, skip button. My fault. We back to the video.
Series started like 30 years ago, so that didn't explain why this was still a trope. Now, I looked into some newer anime and manga to see if they had different reasons, starting with arguably the biggest new gen shonen right now, Boruto. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Kaiju no 8?
Okay, so in the last couple of years, it's very
Jujutsu Kaisen? Oh, yes it is. Or Demon Slayer.
possible that you've seen this character around. His name is Gojo, and he became one of the most popular characters in decades, I would say. And one of the reasons for his popularity is his limitless technique, which is basically an infinite barrier around him. And the word basically is very important here because this ability is so absurdly complex that people have made entire articles and videos just trying to explain how he works. Like, I kid you not, there's literally a video called Explaining Gojo's
Let me know if y'all want me to watch some of these, because these kind of, I never watched them.
Infinity with calculus. This is the level of complexity at which we're operating, okay? Now, Yuji, our main character, has no technique. Like, you think I'm joking, but this dude is just a really athletic guy who can punch things. Okay, I'm lying. Gojo actually taught him how to put energy into his punches, which makes his punches stronger. My bad. Like, take his battle against a character called Mahito. One of the most intense fights in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. His opponent turns himself into tiny balls. He turns himself into this barbed wire thing. He turns himself into whatever that is. And he does so much more, so much of this absurd stuff. And here, I made a list of all of Yuji's moves in the fight. So it's kick, kick, punch, double punch, kick, punch, big punch,
Ooh,
push,
he
kick,
was being his ass.
double kick.
Hold on, let me go back. That nigga hit that nigga. Look at him. Hit that nigga with a
Double
crazy
punch, kick, punch, big punch, push,
Oh my
kick,
God.
double kick, big punch, kick, kick, punch, punch, big punch, stare into his soul, win. And trust me when I say that this fight is an absolute banger. I mean, it is so easily one of the best fights in this entire series, which is weird, right? Because it wouldn't make sense that if a protagonist has boring powers, then their fights would be boring. But the truth is,
I feel like personally, this nigga Yuji. Okay, I feel like it's different though, cause Yuji's actually boxing. He's actually real. Like Yuji, Drake, and Dragon Ball Z, all them. It's basic techniques, but they all just throwing hands. At the end of the day, they throwing hands. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? Hunter x Hunter, a little bit different. They don't throw hands. They don't throw hands that much. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But I'm not. I'm pretty sure, nigga, them just JJK niggas was certified in jumping and beating niggas' asses. I'm pretty sure that nigga Yuji, at least 10 fades a month. At least. That's the minimum the nigga got. At least. Probably 300 if I'm being honest. You see what the nigga just did to him? That is basically a high level demon. He just put pause on. This is a normal nigga, mind you. This just a normal athletic nigga who happened to be from a special family. Spoilers ahead. I ain't gonna go too much into it.
It makes sense that if a protagonist has boring powers, then their fights would be boring too. But the truth is, when characters have to push their basic abilities to their absolute limit, that's really fun. Every victory feels super satisfying because we know that this guy is working with a limited toolkit against opponents with completely broken powers.
This nigga Yuji's an asshole. Why did he just do that?
Is working with a limited toolkit against opponents with completely broken powers. It's why fights like Yuji versus Mahito become iconic. It's also why Gojo's best fight in Jujutsu Kaisen is the one where you don't know if he's going to win. And we can also see that in other series, like in the beginning of My Hero Academia, where Deku is basically just strong, and every time he uses his power, it even injures him. But his fights are still so freaking hype. And these boring powers is exactly what made these fights freaking hype. I now had one more piece of the puzzle. I couldn't believe that the explanation for all these boring powers was really as simple as the authors want cool fights. There had to be something I was missing. So I decided that the best way to get the final answer was to check out one of the only series that came out earlier than all the shows I previously mentioned and was still releasing chapters nowadays. A series that's one of the most popular, if not the most popular anime and manga of all time. One Piece. Okay, so Luffy from One Piece has the ability to turn his body into rubber. This means he has moves like stretching his arm for a long distance punch, using both hands for a stronger punch, or even rapid fire a bunch of punches. So now look at someone like Law, another character from One Piece.
Hold on. All right, sorry. Comment down below right now. Hold on, it's not one of the little subscribe shits. Now you sub if you want to, like if you want to, but comment down below right now what's your favorite character. Because right now I ain't gonna lie, my favorite character, I have them to Law. Kiddo, that nigga Law. Okay, Law will be my favorite. No, Garp's my favorite character. But Kid, his ability is just, Kid is too cold. I hate to break it.
Out here creating these. Now look at someone like Law, another character from One Piece. He's out here creating these reality warping spheres where he can literally rearrange people's body parts, swap personalities, teleport objects, slice someone without harming them, and perform what's essentially surgery with a freaking sword. The difference is kind of crazy. I felt concerned because for the moment, One Piece was going in the same direction as all the other examples until the author did something pretty freaking cool. So as One Piece progresses, Luffy starts doing stuff like creating finger nets to trap enemies or twisting his arm like a spring to create more powerful punches. He even inflates specific body parts like a balloon. And then we get to his gear transformations, which are basically these awesome power-ups. And the reason I'm showing you all that is that there's something crazy about it, is that every single one of his new moves or transformations has something to do with the properties of rubber. I was shocked to find out that even some modern authors used a similar approach. Okay, so Rudo from Justwaka has the power to give life to discarded objects, which basically means he can turn trash into temporary weapons or tools, for example, which is pretty simple. It's like you have a fork and then bam, it turns into a trident or something like that. So let's play a little game. I'm gonna give you a couple of objects that Rudo uses in this series and see if you can guess what he turns them into. First, we have a protective amulet. Personally, if I hadn't read the manga, my guess would probably be some kind of shield.
Yeah.
But it actually transforms into this massive octopus-like barrier with tentacles that can block attacks, but it only works against enemies who actually want to harm him. Okay, what about this computer keyboard? It turns into this keyboard rifle that fires homing keys and when they hit an enemy, they punch holes in the exact shape of the letter on the key. Okay, but what about this completely simple box? It transforms into this enormous floating monster.
How the, like, what? How does it turn into an enormous floating monster? Like, that's damn near crazy as hell to me. I know we just gotta add, but perfect time to talk, so I don't even gotta pause the video. I muted it. But, bro, that anime looks cold as shit. Y'all, what was, I don't know the
Luffy's
name,
rubber
but
body
yeah.
and Naruto's enormous floating monster head. Luffy's rubber body and Naruto's trash transformation are perfect because the concept is so easy to understand, but at the same time, applications are limited only by the imagination of the freaking author. This creates such a good foundation if you want a series with a long run. But there's something even more important here. In One Piece, the simple abilities create possibility. By giving protagonists boring powers with clear rules, they open up more creative avenues than complex abilities. In Naruto, the simple abilities reinforce his character arc. He starts as like the worst student, and his signature technique becomes Shadow Clone, the very technique he initially completely failed at. The Rasengan carries deeper significance as a technique invented by the father he never knew. These simple, boring abilities carry the story's message. Effort and determination matter more than innate talent. In Hunter x Hunter, the simple abilities work super well in this really complex world. Because the Nen system already requires so many freaking explanations, giving the main character a straightforward ability creates this perfect lens for viewers to understand this very complicated world. In all those cases, those goated authors know that simple protagonist powers let you focus on things that actually matter. But now my question was, are boring powers really the best solution? Like, are we going to have protagonists with punches for the rest of anime history? So I decided to look at the ultimate series for weird and complex abilities. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay,
listen.
Top 10 anime of all time. Top 3, not 2 or 3. I'll tell you
This series actually started with the same pattern we've been talking about. The first 3 protagonists had very straightforward abilities. Jonathan had punching, Joseph punching,
and running away.
Jotaro had punching. But then I genuinely have no idea what the author did to his brain or what, beautiful mystical life experience he went through, but this series completely flipped. For example, this guy had the incredible ability to imbue life to inanimate objects, like he can transform money into literal butterflies. This girl's ability lets her unravel her entire body into strings, which she uses for everything from fighting to stitching wounds to eavesdropping through vibrations. And this guy starts by shooting his fingernails as projectiles, but eventually gains the ability to create dimensional portals with the speed of rotation of the fingernails he shoots.
It's like more in depth too.
It's happening? What makes JoJo so freaking fascinating is that it deliberately moved away from simple protagonist powers and embraced complexity. And the series only got way better after that. It proves that while simple protagonist powers work well, it's not the only viable option. In the right hands, complex powers can actually be super cool. Listen, there are a lot of good reasons for protagonists to have boring powers. But what I can say 100% is that there's no best way to handle protagonist powers. Every method can produce absolute bangers when executed properly. And one thing's for sure is that it will never not be hype to get up and pretend you're throwing your favorite ability.
Actual. How did I fuck with that video? I fucked with that. Let me know. Honestly, do y'all like the this anime shit I be doing? Like, I know I react to this kind of bullshit. I react to anything really, but do y'all fuck with that? Cause I kind of like, I just like reacting to shit. Like, this is pretty entertaining, to be honest. My fault, my voice, I kind of sound a little different. I just need to put my bands in my mouth so my teeth get straighter. Cheese, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, villains is always gonna be better. Villains is always, be a villain, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the lion shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope this was fun and entertaining. Like and subscribe if you guys really can. I really would appreciate it. Road to 1,000 so I can get monetized and I could quit my job and quit school. Catch you on the flip side and later.